So, I gotta get this off my chest. Couple things. If you notice a recording quality difference with the microphone and my voice, I'm actually using my headset mic for this. Because for some reason, Fraps isn't picking up my regular microphone, which may be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. I haven't figured that out. But for the most part, this microphone actually works pretty well. So I'm not gonna be yelling because I feel like if I yell, it's gonna be like right there in my face, like right there, and like in your face, and it's gonna be loud and obnoxious and Number 2. Stubbs barbecue sauce, bourbon whiskey flavor is freaking amazing. I'm not being paid to say this. I'm just saying it's good. just had some leftover chicken with some potato in a sandwich with sriracha sauce and Stubbs barbecue sauce, and that was amazing. It doesn't sound amazing, but it was actually really good. Maybe it's because I'm a little bit hungry at the moment. I don't know. Welcome back. And welcome back to another Pong Plays SU2VR, and I'm your host, Pong. It feels wrong saying welcome back to another Pong Plays, I'm your host, sensei-pong. It sounds redundant. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to have to figure something out on that. I don't know. I don't remember where I was. I just know I've made it to VSL in the storyline, and let's go. Is this episode 10 or 9? We'll say it's episode 11. Episode 32. But even with this team's first loss, the Kane coach looks confident. He gestures for one of his youngest players, speaks to him for almost the entire minute, and then sends him to the booth. Ah, the Kane coach sends an amateur Terran to face Akel. He must have confidence in either his young talent or remaining 2 players. We must assume he wants to give the young Terran some experience. Certainly there's no other reason to send him against a strong contender as Akel. Rever watches the Kane coach impassively, never allowing her attention to leave him until the 5th game loads in. Bum bum bum. Yeah! Kane opens with Command Center first. It seems that Kane team has a strong preference to the pace of the game and to force their opponents to react. How will Akel respond? Akel is going to scout and throw down his own CC. What else? He'll out-Marco this kid anyway. Reva answers Jet with a nod, though not in the way that makes her seem particularly pleased. As predicted, Akel's thorough scout discovers the Kane command center early enough to stay in the economy-focused game. Boom! Even the amateur Terran's slight advantage, Akel claws his way back onto even footing and then claims a lead when he catches a drop on route to his base. Boom! The crash! Fans roar in a cheer when Akel charges opponent's tank line in a way of reminiscent of old Brood War mech battles. Old habits die hard. Even with the game all decided, the Kane Terran remains until Akel moves forward to destroy his base. Just before offering his GG, the Kane amateur scans to reveal all of the Akel's structures. As I thought. Bum-ba-da-bum. Adjust the glasses. I wince as Jet belts out an ear-shattering cheer, and then turn to Reva. Whoa, what do you mean? Kane will send their Terran ace. Not such a hard yes, really. But even the precisely confident Jet watches Kane's bench now. Sure enough, their team's ace pulls himself to his feet, peels off his team jacket, and tosses it to a squealing fangirl. Yee! Did she just sniff it? I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. Creepy. Ah, keep doing that. Oh my gosh. You're just a blah. The Crash Coach paces back and forth with his hands behind his back. His bench looks far more invested in the series than they did two games ago. What a treat! The highest level of Terran versus Terran is about to unfold before us. I am excited to see how Kel measures up. His TBT has always been his strongest matchup. Bum bum bum. Sweat. Jet and Reva watch restlessly as the game loads up. Even Stunt has stopped cheering against Crash. Kane will go command center first. If Kel does not 2 racks, he will be at a disadvantage. Are you sure? Are you from the future or something? What's with these super specific predictions? Shut up. Watch. Drum roll. Akel opens with the standard plan, repeats the scout of his opponent's CC first, at a timing near identical to the last game. Nah, I can't stop it. I might just start using my... There's no, like, options here. I'm just gonna start using my laptop-y button thing. Yes, that's the technical term. Feigned bunker aggression provokes brief panic in the Kane ace, forcing him to pull a handful of SCVs to contest what could be direct counter to his build. A good move, but it will not be good enough. Boom! When the fake rush ends, the Kane player throws his head back, heaves a sigh of relief and smiles. He begins teching aggressively, a dangerous option without scouting at Kel. Can you please explain what's going on? Why do you know what's happening before it happens? The Kane ace used the amateur to bait out Akel's response to CC first. This isn't something that would be possible if they weren't ahead by so many games. They sent their best player to face Akel with full knowledge of his reaction, but Akel can adapt it on the fly, right? Easier said than done. Sure enough, Akel's answer is the exact same as it was to the amateur before. Improvising is a rare skill for StarCraft players, even for someone as skilled and well-rounded as Akel. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs, Kane player. The clam player will build 2 starports behind his natural to avoid Akel's typical scan patterns. He will then clear Akel's map vision with Hellions, then camp Akel's production with Banshees and Vikings. This isn't over. Akel will scout the gas timings and might realize that something is off. But the strategy proves to be too specific for Akel to cover without scouting directly. The missile turret in his worker line won't protect his production structures. Bum bum bum. Akel's scan misses the mark by mere pixels. There's no chance he'll be prepared in time. With the center of the map clear, the Kane Terran flies straight for Akel's base. Unbelievable. Hold on. What voice did I use for this guy? Unbelievable. We rarely see such a unit composition, but this is a perfect answer in this scenario. The Vikings keep Akel's inferior air force at bay, while the Banshees pound Akel's structures and tanks without answer. An attempt to establish a missile turret defense costs Akel a ton of workers. When he eventually stabilizes it, his army is less than half the size of Kane's ace. The game is over. Yet Akel remains until the bitter end, trading as efficiently with his inferior force as he can. It's only once the Kane ace dances his units back and forth that Akel finally taps out. Bum, bum, bum. A cheer from the Aces fans announces the conclusion of the series. 4-2, Kane. Luckily, Stunt has the sense not to gloat about the money that he just won from Jet. The 4 of us sit in silence as we watch Akel agonize over his loss. While Kane is huddled together and with smiles and cheers, all of Crash sit with their heads down, save Akel, who still hasn't left the booth. His coach looks furious. He barges in through the booth's back door and raves at Akel from behind his back. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Frustration is one thing, but Akel won 2 games before he went out. Even if he had gone down without a win, there's no reason to yell at him. How is that supposed to help? Just as my anger on Akel's he half reaches the point that I think to say something to Jet, Akel rises from the seat and slides past his coach without so much of a glance in his direction. Should we go talk to him? Yeah, come on. The three Korean commentators are in the middle of the winding down of the series with post-match analysis when we rise and exit through the studio's back door. We find Akel standing alone with a palm on his forehead when he catches our footsteps. Akel turns to regard us all with his typical grin. I lost. Oh well. His carefree attitude is unique among professional gamers. If the average pro isn't angry or depressed by a loss, they're at least frustrated. Part of me wonders whether or not Akel is covering up the true feelings, but he seems genuinely fine. Bad luck, Akel. You played well. Yeah, thanks. What's the deal with your coach? He seemed really upset with you. Akel scoffs, allowing the disgust in his voice to show on his face. He's useless, especially considering that I do his job for Team League. Busted my ass preparing for tonight. Picked out the builds and snipers and everything. Drilled a team for more than a week. And your coach has laid the blame for the loss at your feet? Akel nods and glances away. Spectators begin filtering out of the studio, offering us curious looks as they head outside. Looks like the studio is done for the night. It's ridiculous. And not a single person on Crash had the guts to back me up. I didn't switch from Brood War to suffer spineless teammates and coach with an ongoing midlife crisis. And you shouldn't have to, Cal. Ditch Crash and come coach for us. A pair of eyes land on Jet, all but Reva's bewildered. Akel recovers quickly before crossing his arms. You know I can't. I have a contract. It's not up until next year. A player contract? One that bars you from playing in Star Leagues for any team but Crash? Even so, I can't break the terms. I'm required to play for them. They can take legal action against me if I don't. And you will if they insist on it. Live, train, and coach at your team house. All I have to do is show up once a week and play our matches at the studio. And Crash can't do anything. Reva pushes her glasses up against the bridge of her nose. She needs to tighten the sides. As a person that wears glasses, if they're constantly sliding down, you need to kind of adjust them. There's just, you know. And there goes my phone. Stunt stares wide-eyed, as if a pivotal scene in a drama is playing out. As for me... Bum-ba-da-bum. We could really use you, Akel. You deserve better. Yes, glasses. That's exactly... Oh, crap, I haven't been keeping track of time. If I do this deep, it doesn't work out. My career is over. He says it as much to himself as he does the rest of us. It's true, and probably true for everyone else as well. Akel stares at the floor for a while, deep in thought. When he finally looks up, it's a casual shrug. Screw it. Put off my mandatory military training for too long anyway. I'm down. Stunt lets loose an ear-shattering cheer and flings his arms into the air. Like he just doesn't care. Reva's glasses nearly fall off in surprise. See, I told you, it's not tight enough. Though she manages to catch them by the frame. Hell yeah! Team Enoch #1! No. What a motley crew. A cafe whelp, a ladder hero, a no-name foreigner, and now some laid-back young. You forgot the washed-up champ. Try as she might, Jet can't hide the satisfied grin showing on her face. Everything has really come together. Yay! This is it. We're a team now. This is what I came to Korea for. Months of endless ladder, late-night online tournaments. I'm on a team. A real team. We need to celebrate. Oh, you want to treat the team? How kind of you, Mock. Jet glances around to see if her quip earned a laugh, only to find Akel wagging a finger at her. Have you already forgotten who convinced you to take the risk and form your own team? I'd say that's worth a bottle of soju or 2. Or 10. Shh. Jet brings a finger to her lip, either considering which bar to take us to or how to get out of pain. Alright, enjoy the hell out of tonight. It'll be the last time until we've got a championship trophy that will celebrate anything. Got that? Good choice. Yay! Hell yeah! You can't drink alcohol, kiddo. Understood. With a nod, he just seems too young, if he's still in high school. With a nod from Jet, the five of us walk shoulder to shoulder in high spirits, but just as we're about to descend the stairs, Jet pauses. I'm out. Well, Akel, do you need to go talk to your team or anything? That stops the rest of us in our tracks. We turn and find Akel at the complete ease. Nah, I'll take care of it later. With a knowing smile, he leads us down the stairs and out onto the street. Yay! The bar that Jet had in mind was halfway across the city. Though after a subway ride it doesn't take us much more than 30 minutes to arrive. The trendy-looking lounge is packed with 20-somethings, most of them older than even a cow. Stunt walks ahead of us with a swagger, noting the pride on the way over to our table that he has a fake ID and goes to bars all the time. With who? Your mom? With your mom, bitch! My mom is in the US, though. Oh, her flight landed already? I can't help but laugh. Stunt is incredibly immature, even for his age, but there's something undeniably uplifting about his enthusiasm. Yay! With all the booths full, we pick out a table close to an empty dance floor. It's cramped, the five of us, but we make do. Man, I can't remember the last time I went out like this. Spent so much of this year cooped up on the Crash Team house. Same. VIP's mandatory hours were brutal by Star 2 standards. No one even made a good use of them. A scruffy waiter dressed no differently than the bar's patron stops to take our drink orders before Stunt can return to bragging about his iron stomach. Jet shows 3 fingers for the number of soju bottles she wants. With a click of his tongue, the waiter departs with our order in hand. There's 5 of us, though, Jet. You think I can't count? You don't drink soju from the bottle? Oh well, I've never had it before. That is not a surprise. Soju is unpopular outside of Korea. Well, show you how to do it right, Mach. While awaiting the server's return, I notice Akel glancing repeatedly in Riva's direction. Mach, what ended up happening with Riva? And who's our friend here? Oh. I am Riva, and allow me to say that it is a great pleasure to meet you in person. Your play has been an inspiration. ... to spinning diamond kite symbol. Oh, is Riva an Akel fangirl? She'd have been maybe 15 at the prime of his Brood War career. Aww. Well, a shame that these punks didn't have the decency to introduce us properly. It's nice to finally meet you, Riva. No lie, your mech is the best I've seen outside of VCL. You've got to show me the timings on your double armory build at some point. You too. Aww. I think he broke her. It's okay, Riva. I've been there. Riva manages to mostly pull herself out of her fangirl shock by the time our waiter returns. Yay, soju. When he's gone, Akel pours out a shot glass of soju and hands it to me. Is that... I feel so stupid not knowing this. I've had... Hold on. So what I actually had to check was for some reason I felt like I've had soju before. I wasn't really exactly sure. It sounded familiar, and if for some reason it like spurred my memory of drinking it, but I'm not sure if I ever have. I don't think I have. I might have to go buy myself a bottle or something, because if there's any alcohol I actually enjoy, it's liquor. Yeah, this is still a family-friendly channel. Don't drink until you're 21, kids, and don't do it in excess. You could put yourself into a hole. This is such a downer for an episode. Yes, kids, don't drink until you're 21, and don't make it a habit, because that can get depressing. Unlike these kids, or whatever the drinking age is, because apparently I have an international audience, and I get like people watching from like the UK and Russia and apparently the Isle of Man. Yeah. I don't know what the drinking age is over there, but here in the States it's 21. So, I'm just, yeah, don't drink stupid. It can kill you. Your liver's not going to be happy in the long run, at least. You know, whatever. It's better to savor things, like this cup of tea. Oh yeah. Nice cup of tea. And with that, I looked at the time also, and I'm going to say this is actually a good point to cut off with a nice bottle of liquor right on the screen. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Pong setting out.